Iowa State and Arizona State will go head-to-head for the first time ever in tomorrow's Big 12 championship game. Local 5 Sports Director Reyna Garcia brought in one of the experts to break down how these two teams match up.
Iowa State and Arizona State are both looking to make history tomorrow by winning the Big 12 title. And to help me break down some of the X's and O's of that matchup, I spoke with ESPN college football analyst Greg McElroy.
I think the most intriguing thing is history is against both of these teams. That is what, if we talk about the X's and the O's, there's plenty there. But I still think the fact that it's been documented, and I'm sure you guys on your show and on your station and all throughout Des Moines and all probably throughout the entire Midwest, everyone's aware that it's been 112 years since Iowa State last won a conference championship. And I'm not even sure I'm super familiar with the Missouri Valley Intercollegiate Athletic Association, and that was the last one they won. I'm not even sure that I know who the president was. I do because I looked it up and I was curious. It was Taft was the president the last time they won. The last time they won a championship. So it's been a really long time. Arizona State, though, you would think Arizona State, they've had some recent success, but they haven't won an undisputed conference championship since 1996. And that was back in the Pac-10. So it's been a really long time since these teams have been in this position. So I love that part of it. As far as the X's and the O's, for Arizona State, I love their running back. Cam Skattebo is awesome. He's really a lot of fun to watch. He's really not that dissimilar for your audience to kind of like a Breece Hall. Just very athletic, pretty good receiver. Pretty dynamic with the ball in his hands. They're very similar players. Like a guy that, I know Cyclone fans knew who Breece Hall was. I'm not sure the national audience realized just how good Breece Hall was until he got drafted as high as he did by the Jets. And I think now it's kind of amazing to see that Cam Skattebo, I think people know the name. They're like, oh, Skattebo, that's that. I remember that. But you watch him, you're like, this guy's the real deal. So he's a lot of fun to watch. And going against an Iowa State defense that has at times struggled this year against the run. That's going to be a matchup that needs to be neutralized if you are Iowa State. And then I would say for Iowa State, what I've loved is their passing attack and their trio of Rocco Becht and their two outstanding wide receivers in Higgins and Noel. To think of all the schools in college football, whether it's Colorado or Ole Miss or Ohio State or all the incredible passing attacks, to think that Iowa State is the only school that has two receivers that have both gone over 1,000 yards is something that I don't think many people would get. If you were to ask that trivia question, I'm not sure many people would pick up on that one. So I love that matchup against an Arizona State team that has had some success in the back end, but can't really rush the passer. So Rocco Becht's going to have plenty of time to kind of stand back there and survey and decipher where he wants to go.
There's certainly a lot on the line in tomorrow's matchup, and Jake and I will have you covered with all of the highlights and post-game reactions, so make sure to stick with Local 5 for all of your Big 12 championship coverage. Reporting from Arlington, Reyna Garcia, Local 5 Sports.